Hi, I'm Dorothy Dunne, and welcome to another segment of Travels in Style in the Canary Islands, and presented by Spanish Heritage Tours. Our host hotel is the 5-star luxury hotel that just recently opened, La Bahia del Duca. So stay with me. I'll be right back after this message.
Janine woke up in a cold sweat with one thing echoing through her brain. Who was this guy in her bathroom?
Meanwhile, Barry was thinking, whose bathroom am I in?
Janine remembered going to the party the night before and getting smashed out of her mind.
Barry remembered getting drunk and acting really stupid.
Eventually.
The whole evening came back.
Oh, I must be really stupid.
I must be really dumb.
What did I do? How did I get myself into this?
Well, what did I do? How did I get myself into this?
What about AIDS? Then they both realized, much to their relief, that unlike the rest of us,
They were just cartoons.
get high,
Get stupid.
get AIDS.
If you are looking for an island with a European flavor, then come along with me as I show you the Spanish Canary Islands, straight across the ocean from our state of Florida off the west coast of Africa. After only a 6.5-hour flight on Air Europe from Newark, we arrived in Tenerife in the Gran Canary Islands. It was in the wee hours of the morning, just before dawn, we caught this magnificent view as we approached the luxury 5-star Gran Bahia del Duque, a brand new Melia hotel that was to be our host hotel for our stay. Never did I dream it would be so spectacular. Like a fairyland with just enough lights to outline it in the dark. It hardly looked like a resort at all. Rather, as the sun came up, a fantasy village with connecting buildings in pastel colors, each complex so different and so unique in Victorian and Venetian architecture, fronting 4 pools, 1 heated, waterfalls, stone walks, and walking bridges, lush gardens, plants, and trees. And most rooms have terraces that afford eye-appealing sights of the grounds and ocean beach. A great place to savor a glass of wine as you watch a beautiful sunset. I wish you were here with me. Maybe we could toast together.
The air dances with the waters, which brings the rain that feeds the land, that is home to the animals. All life dances together.
In a world so connected, choosing one environmental cause can be hard. EarthShare is 40 environmental charities working together. You and your company can help by calling 1-800-MY-SHARE.
All life lives, or doesn't, together.
The next morning, it was just as delightful as I partook of the sumptuous buffet that is offered to each guest as part of the package. What a great place for a honeymoon, I thought. So I arranged to have a chat with the general manager, Tom Loader, in one of the honeymoon suites. You know, he's been in the hotel business a number of years, representing the Hilton Hotels and Intercontinental, and now he's general manager here at this beautiful hotel, La Grande Bahia del Duca.
That's correct. I was Hilton International for several years, and Intercontinental, and also the Ritz Hotel in Madrid, which was before coming down here. And this hotel, as I said, it has The Bahia del Duque comes from the house of the Duke, which is right in front of us here, where there's the Duke's house, and this land belonged to the Duke of Abrante, and he was owning all the banana plantations which are around this area. And now the beach here in front is what is also, that was the private beach of the Duke, where so this is why the Bay of the Duke as such, that's where the name comes from. Let's say, yeah.
And you have 4 or 5 pools,
That's correct.
jacuzzis in some of the suites, and a magnificent view from wherever you look.
The hotel was built basically in the concept of a small town, small city, you know, with the main building that we see right behind us there. That's the reception area where also the main meeting rooms are, and that is like the casino of an old Spanish town. That is not a game casino. They would call it a casino. We haven't used that name here because it would create confusion, but in Spanish old towns you had a casino which was the meeting point of the city. Then you have in front of us here, but down, that is where the city square is, and all the houses and built around it. The houses are built in the styles of Victorian and Venetian influences, which you will find many of them around the island, and they were built here on Canary Island, on Tenerife in the beginning of this century. And there where the architect got his inspiration to build this hotel from these houses, which are still, many of them are still existing. Equally to the tower, the big tower is the Tower of Santa Cruz de Tenerife, the capital of the island.
Yes. Oh.
And we have here a total of 5 pools. We have squash, there is a tennis courts, 3 tennis courts. You can take golf classes here, and then, for example, 4 days golf for people who start to play golf, and then the 5th day they go to the golf course, which is about 10 kilometers from here. And that is a nice, a nice added possibility for people who never played golf but would like to learn it. Well, they can take the first classes here, because we have a putting green, we have 1 hole on the ground itself, and we have a driving range. So they can do their first classes here, and on the 5th day they would go to the course.
What about your restaurants now? I know you have about 3 that we've seen, and you're building more, correct?
We have at this moment, we have 4 restaurants. That's the French brasserie, the Italian trattoria, then we have the Spanish tasca, where you have the tapas, the typical tapas of Spain, and you have the Bernagal restaurant. That's the large restaurant where we also serve the breakfast. Now we are in the point of opening a deluxe restaurant, which is right in front of us here on the other side of the square. Here behind us, that is the Duke's restaurant, and then very soon we will also open, that will take 2-3 months more, then we will open the Beach Club restaurant as well, which is right down on the beach there. And but that will be waiting also for the beach, has to be reconditioned, and that is still pending. That will soon be finished with new sand on it, because at this moment there's more gravel than sand. Although there is a beach, but it's a gravel beach and it's not very comfortable, so we will condition that with a sand beach as such. And then the water sports like sailing, windsurfing, etc. will also be placed here. That will take a couple of months before that is ready.
Yes, well, listen, it's brand new and it's just opened now, and I'm just thrilled to be here to see what such a beautiful, beautiful resort that you have, and you do cater to children, don't you? You have a little camp where parents can come and they can bring their tots, or even older children. Is that so? You want to tell me more about that?
We have a mini club where for smaller children, they're being catered for, they're being taken care of during the whole day or half day, whatever the parents feel like. And we will later on we have a look at this. And then during the vacation periods we have monitors who will take care of keeping occupied the younger crowd, which only is available, normally comes to the hotel only in vacation period, because the rest of the time they're going to school. And so that is, but if there's special request on certain things for the children, we do tailor-make the programs also on the guest in the house. That is done through the clubhouse. The clubhouse is basically a place where we have organized and centered all the services to the guest, and where people are being advised of what they can do during their stay here and what they can do of all this particular private or personal interest they have. What kind of it is not a sales office, it is purely an advisory office and an assistance, giving the assistance and organizing the things for them. As such, it is really making that everyone can make his individual vacation within the total complex.
It's so beautiful and a very romantic spot too, that you must have some honeymoon suites here, don't you? Don't you cater a little bit to the newlyweds?
Yes, we have several suites, and one of the suites is what we call our honeymoon suite. Is what I call a love nest. It is right on the ocean front, and it has a wonderful terrace with a jacuzzi. Very private, very, very romantic as such.
I say to those couples who have been married for many years, this would be a great place to renew your vows. You have the tent over there, and the gazebo, and so many great spots where they could do that.
Yes, it's our whole philosophy is here that people should have time to find each other again while they're here at the hotel. It is a place where you don't really have to go out. You can stay in here, and you can really dedicate. You can find your individual needs, your individual vacation. You can make your individual vacation as a couple, and it is geared to where even the clubhouse, that is all to make sure that people can have fulfill their needs, what they want to get out of their vacation. That differs from age brackets, etc., and interest. And the main concern we have is if a guest walks out of this hotel, whatever the architecture, how beautiful it is, whatever the service we provide, that is not as important as that when the guest walks out of this hotel, they should say to each other, "That was a nice vacation."
That evening, it was dinner at the Benegal. Then, we stopped into the tapas restaurant to join in with the guitar music.
Here's one time it doesn't matter who your neighbor is. Here's the other. Life's too short. Stop the hate.
Since Mr. Loader arranged a whale-watching cruise for us, we boarded this catamaran the next day. It was a beautiful day, and we could catch a good view of the coastline, Bahia del Duque in the distance, and the hotels in Las Americas. And in a short while, we reached the whales. Here we are, and how exciting to see them so close by. We're at the CCB Yacht Charters, and CCB means what? Captain Felix. I think maybe you'll explain that to me.
Very official talk. Yeah. Well, this is, CCB stands for the 3 points. We have charter boats in the water. This is the Canarians, the Caribbean, and the Balear Islands in the Mediterranean.
Oh. All right, and you have catamarans, and what else? We just went whale watching, and I had a great thrill seeing the whales out there. It was lots of fun.
Well, we have this fantastic blackjack. This is a ketch built here on the island. I think this is the most luxury boat you can hire in the Canary Islands. And we have a little fleet of charter boats, bareboat charter boats. And when not chartered, we make whale watching. This is what we usually do.
Yeah, well, it was a lovely afternoon. We went out, we watched some of the whales, and after that went to a cove and went swimming. In fact, we caught a glimpse of some of the nude swimmers. And had a little lunch. They had sandwiches and drinks on board. It was very, very lovely. And yes, I think it's something that you should do when you come to the Canary Islands. Try a little whale watching. It's a lovely afternoon. Nice way to spend the day.
Yeah, just ask for Felix.
Ask for Felix. Captain Felix. All right, thank you. Yes, For Italian lovers, the trattoria is superb. Ossobuco is not readily on the menu of most Italian restaurants, but when I saw it here, I knew it would be the right dish to order. Spanish Heritage Tours sent us over here to videotape the Canary Islands for you, and one of their most interesting tours on the island is a visit to Mount Tatey, a dormant but not extinct volcano. We're looking at Mount Tatey, which is 6,000 feet high. And next to Mount Tatey is a stone tree. They call this the stone tree that formed naturally with the volcanic eruption. This is a national park inhabited with wildcats, rabbits, and lizards. And this is where the movie The Planet of the Apes was filmed. When we got back to our host hotel, I met with the public relations director, Barbara Strom, who had been so gracious to us. Even older couples who have been married a number of years can renew their vows.
We do have couples who spend their wedding anniversary here, 25th or even 50th, and we have a little gift for them. We prepare, for example, a cake for them, and then they get to paint to the room. And well, we try to make them feel at home. And one very important point for us is that is belonging to our politics. We don't want the guests to feel like room numbers. We want to know them personally, and we would like them to feel at home.
Well, you do a magnificent job on making the guests feel at home, because we certainly felt very much at home all through our stay here, Barbara, and I know you contributed to that. And of course, the service is just superb. Everyone is around here is very accommodating, and they do try to anticipate your every need.
Thank you very much. Well, I would like to mention one area of the hotel which is not yet ready, but which is going to be ready within soon. That is the VIP area. We are going to have 39 units, which are very luxurious. You have got, of course, suites, and you have got other rooms with 1 bedroom, with 2 bedrooms, etc. The most important thing for this VIP area to be said is that we'll have a separate entrance. We're going to have a separate car park for them, separate breakfast room, separate reception area. You've got the butler service, you've got the housekeeper service, and all this is specially done. So those guests really are on their own if they want, and otherwise they can mix with all the other guests of the place.
And Barbara, when you say VIP, you mean VIP, I assume.
Very, very important first. Like, for example, if we get His Majesty and Her Majesty the Queen over to this place, that can be, or we get dignitaries from other countries, and then they would go there. Of course, quite normal guests too, if they want to stay there.
Yes, I would say the King and Queen would be very, very important people. In the conventions, in the meetings, your business people, isn't that what they're really focusing on?
Yes. An hotel of this category, but you find this all over the world, cannot exist only thanks to the holiday makers. So you depend on the realization of congresses, of conventions, of incentive groups who come over here. And we have thought out something very special for them. That is to say, in order to avoid to have them in the area where we have got the holiday makers, we have a separate entrance for them. That is the pyramid. When you come to the place at the entrance area, there is a pyramid, and then they go down there, and through this pyramid they arrive directly in the conference rooms, so that they would not disturb other guests. And you know, conference and congress members might feel disturbed by normal holiday makers and vice versa. And in order to avoid this, we have thought it's a good idea to have a special entrance for them.
Yes, that's an excellent idea, because you accommodate 1,000, and then you have 2 rooms, or 1,500?
Our biggest conference room holds 1,000 people, yes.
Yes. Yes, so that's quite a number of people, and you don't want the rest of your guests disturbed. Right, well, it's well thought out, well planned, and I know you're going to be successful, because there isn't a hotel like this on the island, and it is just so quaint. And it's, as they say in your press kit, it's a village, it's a little village.
Yes. And we try to make our guests happy in this little village, because in the surroundings there is still not very much you can see. It is of course a holiday resort, but as we are a bit outside of this holiday resort, it is beautifully quiet and restful here, and you wouldn't hear any noise, which is important for the holiday makers. And I think it is really an impressive thing, what we are in here.
Well, I wish you lots of luck and success, Barbara, and a very long term here at La Grande Bahia del Duque.
Your approach is looking good, cover.
The men and women in the National Guard and Reserve face some tough challenges when they serve. Challenges that teach them discipline, leadership, and technical skills that make them better employees. So when they need time off to serve, don't make their toughest challenge approaching you.
Since I was interested in knowing about the culture of the Canarians, we took a short journey to the town of Adeche. We were brought to the first old church and found this tour most interesting. This is the newer construction of the Catholic Church, built in 1820. The face on the top of the bells is that of John Cantano, the fisherman's saint who founded the town. Inside the church, this Blessed Virgin statue dates back to 1552. Over here, as was the custom, are separate balconies used in marriage ceremonies to separate the bride and groom until their vows unite them. The atrium at Bahia del Duque is filled with piano music every afternoon. I took a little time out this particular day to relax and enjoy it. Though Spanish Heritage Tours represents La Grande Bahia del Duque and has special packages on it, there are other hotels on the island, most in the heart of the city of Las Maracas, where duty-free shopping prevails, and one may walk along the beaches and stop and have a snack at a sidewalk cafe. For those who like noise and glitz, there is the Mediterranean Palace Hotel. With a casino and follies show. A little more on the subdued and elegant side is its sister hotel, the Sir Anthony, with floral draped balconies, duplex suites with private pool and ocean beach across the way. The Bougainville, which provides a great deal for your money, has a pool and a beautiful view of the ocean beach and surrounding area. You can even see Bahia del Duque in the background. It was at the Tavisca Hotel where they prepared a fantastic lunch. This is their wonderful bouillabaisse, one of the most favorite dishes of Spain. Now, if you are on a tight budget and like to travel in groups or be among the senior clientele, the Ten Bill Hotel would be the spot for you. They have activities all day, including exercise classes and golf and entertainment at night. Young couples with children are also welcomed here, and there are plenty of children around, as you can see. Hope you enjoyed visiting the Canary Islands with me and joining me in my stay at La Grande Hotel Bahia del Duque. I wish to thank Spanish Heritage Tours for sending us here, and of course for taking the wonderful tours too to the volcano Teti, and for our whale watching and all the wonderful things that we could do here on the Canary Islands. They have the Las Americas area and the shopping, and don't forget to stay with me again on my next Travels in Style.